I don't know that I have a completely correct view of them because I'm really well known in the area, especially now. I mean, pretty much everybody in Zagorje seems to know that I'm there, but it's mostly because I've worked with some local news agencies who are specific to that area and things like that. But it's a very interesting region. You know, I've done some research and I found out that there are 21 counties in Croatia, and it is the 18th poorest. And it is surrounded by counties that are in the top 10 when it comes to GDP, when it comes to income and all of that. So, and objectively very poor, I mean bottom 20% county, surrounded by rich counties, objectively. By bottom 20% surrounded by the top 20% on all sides. Yeah. And that really fascinated me. I was like, how did this happen? You know, that's where Tito was born.
In Kumrovec,
yeah. Yeah, in Zagorje. And I think effectively what had happened is after the war, I mean, that area was really industrialized, and it was really built up, and they were doing steel and clay bricks and tiles and manufacturing all sorts of things domestically, and all of that went away after the war. And I think it was because, especially since Tito was from that region, I think that area was given a lot of special attention to sort of modernize it. And maybe it wasn't so natural, it's more artificial growth, which is fine. I mean, that's what a government should do, right? Taking an oppressed region, or not oppressed necessarily, but a less developed region, yes, and developing it. Yeah, and they were building it up. And then the war happened and it just crashed hardcore. And so you've got people around there who are, if they're older, they're nostalgic for the old times, and they feel like the old times were much better, which throughout Croatia you will find that that is not the case in a lot of places. Definitely. A lot of people despise Yugoslavia and despise Tito and despise that time, and think that it was the worst. And they talk about that they were oppressed in Yugoslavia. We were oppressed. And maybe that was true in some counties and in some regions, but in Zagorje, it was not true. They were getting built up by Yugoslavia pretty heavily. And so you'll find that, I mean, funny enough, I mean, some areas of Croatia can be rather extreme politically. I found Zagorje to be not so extreme. People there are actually pretty moderate. A lot of them just don't care. They're just not really involved. Maybe they feel like the system has left them behind or forgotten them, and maybe that politicians don't help them or don't care, and so they just kind of check out, you know. And I like to talk about politics and all of that with people, and I can't find anybody there. Who cares?
It's like, man, I'm suffering. Yeah, I need somebody.
Yeah, and so I'm there. I'm trying to learn about the country that I've been living in. And I'm like, tell me about this, tell me about that. How does this work? And no, I don't care. And so it's people are a product of that, and that a lot of negativity comes with that. You know, a lot of negativity. And so there are lots of issues with alcoholism, and there's not a lot of jobs, and there's a lot of people who lack hope and purpose and direction, and it's common. And you can see it in the landscape, and you can see it in the people too. Now, you'll also find that the community there is a lot closer. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's a little jealous of everybody. There's actually quite a lot of competition.
That's known for people from Zagorje.
And I have heard that. I mean, people say like, ooh, you know, be careful working with those people in Zagorje and whatever. But and I've seen it too. I mean, trust me, I've been through a few of these neighborly disputes since I've been out there, and I will probably be through some more. And it even happens. I mean, I've got random reports to police from anonymous neighbors about stupid things. I'll get reported for this or for that, or there's some, and then, you know, people show up and they go, hey, we're sorry, we're just, somebody called, and anyway, have a nice day.
So it happened, really happened?
It has. And,
wow, crazy.
But it's like, but on the other side, I mean, I've been met in Zagorje, in my neighborhood, in my area, and frankly, by the whole region, totally open arms. They're so welcoming, they're so kind, they're so good to me. I mean, for me, it's like, I would pick Zagorje over Zagreb for...
Oh, definitely, man.
Now, of course...
I support you. Zagreb sucks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Zagreb has its benefits, but it doesn't... Zagorje isn't so far away.
Yeah, it's like
so
40 minutes.
I can go to Zagreb
40 minutes drive,
yeah.
right?
So I can go to Zagreb when I want. And frankly, I mean, even Belgrade's not so far, and even Ljubljana's not so far. And so it's like, or Banja Luka or whatever. Like
everything like 3 or 4 hours, mostly.
If I want to go somewhere, I can hop in my car and go there. And so it's really not that bad a place to live. If you can earn an income, which is very difficult there, and if you can build a community or have some sort of support of the community. If I didn't have neighbors out there who were looking out for me, who were helping me out, I mean, I'd lose it. I'd go insane. And so it's like there are some caveats. You know, I've got American friends and family members who, you know, half jokingly, you know, are like, well, what do you think? Should I move out to Croatia? And I'm like, no.
No.
No. And it's because the cost of living is high and the income is low.
Yeah.
And that's true across the country, but in Zagorje, it's especially bad. And so it's like...
It's a struggle.
But I mean, like, getting a kebab and a drink in my little village...
It's 20 euros, right?
It's like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And it's like... And I'm thinking to myself, like, how do people afford this around here? Like, I know what people are making. I know what the salaries are. And it's like, this isn't working, you know? And I'll leave the supermarket. I remember the first time, you know, when I was 18, I moved out from my parents' house. And I remember the first time I had to fill my own fridge. And like the total, once I had picked everything out that I needed, came up to like $100 or something, like $105. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I can even pay that. Like I barely had enough money. And now I buy, you know, 30% of what I used to buy back then because things are different in Europe. You buy less stuff. And it's like 140 euros, like every time I go to the supermarket, like weekly. And I'm like, I don't know how people live here. But they make ends meet, they make it work.
Yeah, the problem is it's changed a lot in the last...
I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of people in Zagorje complaining about their mental health.
No, actually...
So maybe they've got it all right.
Actually,